It's MB Boxing, and I just finished up watching Andy Ruiz Jr. versus Chris Arreola, which is a 12-rounder for the WBA Heavyweight World Title Eliminator. And this fight was Saturday, May 1st, from Indignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. And this fight was broadcasted on Fox pay-per-view. And in this fight, Andy Ruiz Jr. is able to get a unanimous decision win over Chris Arreola to get his 34th victory and to make his awaited comeback. Personally, I scored the fight 114-113 in favor of Andy Ruiz. I was thinking maybe 115 to 112, if not 114 to 113 in favor of Arreola. Yes, I could have seen how you could have scored it for Arreola. I was arguably thinking 6-6 because there was a knockdown. And just to get into that knockdown, Chris Arreola landed a beautiful right hand to the temple/ear of Andy Ruiz that sent him down in the second round. And I was out of my seat. I was stunned. And I was thinking, wow, Chris Arreola might pull off a tremendous upset here, as he was a 50-1 underdog going into this. 70% of the Instagram poll from PBC had Andy Ruiz winning via knockout here, including myself. I thought Ruiz was going to stop Chris Arreola from round 6 to round 10, but that did not happen, as in my opinion, it was a very, very close and competitive fight that could have went either way. I would like to know your guys' scores down in the comments. So just comment your score down below, because I have not really seen any other fans' perspective on this fight or how you scored it, so I would still love to see that. But just to break down this fight, I mean, the first round, Andy Ruiz Jr., he started off strong, landed some good right hands right at the end of the first, but in that second round, as I said before, he was getting wobbled and dropped by Chris Arreola. And in that third round, he got hit with another beautiful check hook, followed by a barrage of punches in an exchange that actually sent Andy Ruiz back, buckled, and he almost went down in that third round as he took a huge dip in his knees and nearly hit the canvas. But in that fourth round, he sort of redeemed himself, landed some good shots, and at that point I had it a one-point fight in favor of Chris Arreola. But in those middle rounds, leading up to the 6th and 7th, it was very, very competitive, and I had it like a 1 or 2 point fight, and then Chris Arreola won a few rounds leading up to the 7th and 8th. But then in round 9, 10, 11, and 12, they were very, very competitive, except for that 12th round, which in my opinion was a clear Ruiz round, where he was able to buckle Chris Arreola. He hurt his shoulder a bit, and I think this might have swayed the judges' scorecards, as Arreola got hurt to the shoulder from Andy Ruiz. He was getting hit there. Sometimes it was on purpose, sometimes it was not. But when he hit him on the shoulder, he sort of had to regroup, step back, and sort of a windmill of shoulder around just to get it back in place and get it going. But nonetheless, Chris Arreola put his heart on his shield. He came in there with determination. He came in there, tried his best, and just props to him, because he was fighting a guy who was top 5, arguably top 7 in the heavyweight division, and he put on a show and was able to drop him, and in my opinion, a very, very close and competitive fight. So what is next for Andy Ruiz Jr. after getting a victory here? I think he's going to fight one of the top PBC heavyweights, but this just poses the question, how will he take a shot from a Charles Martin, from a Robert Helenius, or even from a Luis Ortiz? All of these guys are ranked highly in the WBA, and one of them being one of the 4 WBA heavyweight champions, as this fight with Arreola for Ruiz was for a WBA eliminator. So will he be fighting Charles Martin for possibly one of those WBA belts, because Charles Martin's ranked number 4? Will he be fighting Robert Helenius for the gold title, because he's obviously the gold champion? Or will he be fighting possibly Luis Ortiz? I mean, the Robert Helenius fight is probably not going to happen, being that Helenius, I've been hearing, might have a rematch with Kovnatsky, but that was just about a year ago, their first outing, so it's still definitely possible that Ruiz could definitely fight Helenius. But what is next for Chris Arreola? I think he's going to retire, although he put on a great performance, and which he could have won on some people's scorecards if he scored at 6-6. But yeah, he put on a great performance here, but after the Kaunaki loss, he said that he will retire. But now, like a year and a half to 2 years after that fight, he came in here. Many people thought he would lose big time, like getting knocked out and brutalized, losing every single round, but he made it very, very competitive. But still, I think he's going to retire because, as I said before, he's 40 years old, and he's been teasing a retirement multiple times late in his career. So overall, Andy Ruiz Jr. ekes out a unanimous decision win over Chris Arreola after being dropped in the second round. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.